happy, sad, disappointed. Let's talk about how you can discuss with your partner your feelings today on the Prue's Guide to Intimacy.
Right there.
Intimacy.
Yeah.
What's up, people? Welcome back. Do it through a text message. You can do it through an email. And what is consent even? Ready to go.
Okay. Hey.
Welcome back to the Prue's Guide to Intimacy. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Amanda. Make sure that you take the time to subscribe to my channel before leaving and sign up for notifications so whenever I post new videos, you're always ready to go. So before we start this video, I want you to pause, go grab the boo, come back. I'll be right here waiting on you because where am I going? So go do that. All right, so today we are going to talk about discussing your feelings with your partner or partners. So a lot of people find it very hard to talk about their feelings with their partner or their partners in their relationships. But what we must remember is that the people that we are in relationships with, they aren't mind readers. So you have to tell your partner how you're feeling and why you're feeling that way. And since a lot of people find this difficult, and sometimes when we express our feelings, we get too expressive and argumentative, one of the things that I do with my couples is I teach them how to use I statements in therapy, because what I statements does is it takes away the blaming language. So the purpose of I statements are to allow you to take responsibility for how you're feeling and letting your partner or partners know what action they did to cause you to feel that way. This way, it takes away the blaming language without escalating the situation further. So after your partner or after you have expressed your feelings, the next thing to do is to validate how the other person is feeling. So validating your partner's feelings doesn't mean that you necessarily agree with how they feel. It just means that you are taking the time to understand how they feel. So it's just saying that I understand what behavior or behaviors made you feel this way. So I want to give you all an example of an I statement before we go any further. An I statement is, I don't feel heard when I'm having a serious conversation with you and you're watching television. Versus saying, you never listen to me when you're watching the game. And you can see the difference there. One part of that is somebody taking responsibility for how they feel versus using blaming language and putting the responsibility on somebody else for how they feel. So you've used the I statements, you're practicing validating how your partner feels. So what's next? So during these conversations, you want to also discuss with each other what you both can do differently in the future when things happen or arise that cause you both to be upset with each other. Next, you want to take the time to actually resolve the issue instead of sweeping it under the rug. So just because you use the I statement here, you kind of validate how the other person or persons are feeling, doesn't mean that the issue is resolved. Actually, take the time to sit down and talk to each other about what's going on so that you can actually get to the root of the issue. And the next thing that you want to do is always keep the channels of communication clear between you and your partner or partners. That way, whenever an issue arises, you always know that it's okay to come to your partner with how you're feeling without it escalating to some big fiasco. So that's all I have for you today on the Prue's Guide to Intimacy. If you have any tips and tricks for discussing feelings with your partner, put them down in the comments below so that we can all have a great discussion about it. So I'll see you next time on the Prue's Guide to Intimacy. Make sure that you subscribe and sign up for notifications. See you next time.